crypto moonshots. Great to have you guys here. If you're new here, welcome. So today we're going to be talking about ENJIN, and so we're going to be talking about a little bit of technical analysis. We're going to go over the previous news, and then we're going to go over the major news that came out, and we're going to kind of speculate about why it's gone up, around 50%. So before I start, talking about the coin, I say this in my every video. I like to look at my previous videos, right? And I dropped a video on April 2nd called "Why I'm So Bullish on ENJIN ENJ coin," and thankfully, since that video, it's gone up around 58%. So I hope you watched that video and you got some value out of it, and you were able to pick it up because you would have made around 59%, 58%. And to say that I knew that was going to happen is a complete lie, right? I'm not going to lie to you guys and be like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I called it, right? I'm not a fortune teller. I can just go based off of assumptions and just data by looking at some TA and some news, just like everyone else. I'm not special, but yeah. So we're going to be kind of talking about, and I even talked about this in my previous video, a common pattern that I saw, right? And the reason I was bullish on it, a common pattern that I saw was, this 20-day moving average just kind of looks significant to me. So if we kind of look at this, right, we see that, it was pretty much like online with the 20-day moving average, okay? And then it shot up, right? And then if it corrected back to the 20-day, right? And then it shot up, corrected back to the 20-day, and it kept doing that. Shot up, back to the corrected back to the 20-day, shot up. So same thing, right? So I said, right, this was an assumption I made. Again, everything's an assumption. No one really knows what's going to happen. Is that I thought that because we're on the 20-day, and if we look at the history of it, I said that because we're on the 20-day, I think it's due for another run. Okay, that's just what I assumed, and I ended up being right, luckily, right? So that's just what my assumption was. And if we look here, right, look, this was on the 20-day for so long. It was accumulating on the average 20-day moving average, right? And then here it was accumulating, and then here it was accumulating, here it was, and then here it was accumulating as well, which is the reason it shot up, okay? So, is it a good time to buy right now? Absolutely not, because we are at all-time highs. We don't know what's going to happen, okay? Again, when I say absolutely not, I'm joking. Obviously, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm just saying that we're at all-time highs, and if we look at the history of it, it always shoots up, but eventually, right, it's going to have to correct to that 20-day, okay? If that 20 days going like that, it's eventually going to have to, and if we look at the history of it, it always corrects to the 20-day, okay? So we're at all-time highs right now, and when I dropped my video, I really thought that the April 6th events, and if we look at this, let's look at the past, the jump net, the game talk integration, wallet release, stuff like that. I really thought that's going to have a big effect on it, but it kind of the opposite ended up happening. It ended up dropping, right? Because of those events, it ended up dropping around 18%, okay? So, my philosophy is never sell on a loss, okay? So I held on, and then I was fortunate enough to make, around, 60% or whatever, but that just goes to show, just because there's events coming up, and these are all lessons learned, doesn't mean that it's gonna, skyrocket, okay? But with that said, the reason it skyrocketed was because of this Coinbase Pro listing, along with 1inch and Origin Protocol and NKN, okay? And so that's the reason it's been shooting up so much. And if we look at Cardano, right, we can take a look at it real quick, but if we look at Cardano, same thing happened. It hit 145 because of the Coinbase Pro listing, okay? So it went up a lot because of that, okay? So I think same thing is happening with ENJIN, and let me just bring that up. So I think that same thing is happening with ENJIN. Again, it's very risky to buy right now, because I do think that if we look at the history of it, that it's gonna correct down to the 20-day moving average, okay? So let's kind of take a look at what's going on. So basically, it shot up past this level, past this $3.07 level, okay? And if we kind of take a look at this was a weekly level of resistance, okay? So if we go on the weekly, we can see that it wicked up here. That's a swing high, right? And then it did a swing low, but this is a weekly level of resistance, and it just, demolished that weekly level of resistance. And I think that And if we look here, right, we can see that it's started to be a little bit bearish, right? It kind of cooled off, but then 3 candles basically touched that weekly level of support now. Right now it's support, okay? So I think there's a good chance that we might be able to establish up here, we might be able to establish new levels, and there's a chance that it could hold this level, okay, that this could be the baseline. Again, anything could happen. It could come down to here, right? But I do think that because this was so bullish, right? Again, it depends on how long it goes up, and how large the corrections will be. I think Enjin is one of the larger. I mean, it's not huge, right? The market cap's not huge, but it's not a small market cap either. So for it to correct down back to kind of where it started, like around these levels, I doubt that is possible. Obviously, anything's possible, but I don't think it's probable because, again, the market cap is so big, and the fact that it's on Coinbase Pro now just means that, it's a lot more accessible and there's a lot more money being poured into it. So I think this has a chance just to keep going up. Maybe hit the $4 level, and that's a whole numbers or psychological levels, right? So I think it could do that, and then that's how it's a psychological level because it was a weekly level of resistance around the $3.03 mark. So I think it could hit $4, but then I think that hopefully it holds this as support, okay? And I do think that's possible. Again, it is also possible that it could come down here. No one really knows, right? We're just speculating. We're in all-time high territory. It's very hard to say, okay? But if we look at the RSI as well, it's kind of being oversold, okay? Overbought, I'm sorry. It's kind of being overbought at these levels. So I think that if you want to get in, I would wait. Again, this is a great project to get into, and it might cool off for a little bit. It might cool off for a little bit. It might hit the 4 and then come down and just start accumulating for 2-3 weeks and then make a shot up again. So no one knows what's gonna happen, but I just want to say that this is all I kind of want to talk about. I just want to show you guys that I told you guys I'm bullish on it, and I ended up being correct out of complete luck. So yeah, I hope you watched my video, and I wouldn't get in right now. I'd wait for correction. This is a great long-term project, just like BPRO. I love these gaming cryptos that are into games and stuff. So yeah, that's all I kind of want to talk about today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, hit that subscribe, join the Telegram. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Bye.